I'm going to be building a game PC from Walmart until I discovered this. Hello. So they're selling a restored Asus ROG Strix gaming PC. So if I try to build the same system on PC Part Picker with that Ryzen 7, a relatively cheap board, 3060, I'm spending $824. Whereas on Walmart, I'm getting that same system, or basically the same system, for $679. So this is such a good deal. But actually, I will say it's not actually sold from Walmart, even though I'm buying this from Walmart.com. It actually is sold and shipped by VIP Outlet. Who the hell are VIP Outlet? Although, I will say, that name does ring a bell. We ordered a cheap Nintendo Switch on Wish and got a essentially brand new Switch.
Lenovo Legion T7, $1,900. This vendor seems pretty legit.
I don't think this is a gaming PC video anymore. So I wanted to sit down today and do this video telling you all about how I'm gonna build a gaming PC at Walmart. I don't think there's much point. I feel like I need to know who VIP Outlet are. VIP Outlet, save up to 70% on top brands. So they actually have their own website here. Free shipping and free returns, great savings on top brands. Apple, Samsung, Sony, Microsoft, Intel, Dell, whoa. VIP Outlet is North America's largest refurbisher of retail returns. So VIP Outlet literally just refurbish returns. So I'm sure they buy pallets of old computers or tech or whatever from Walmart or from Amazon or from whoever. They refurbish them, which who knows how much work that is, and they will turn around and they'll sell them back, even on Walmart's own website. Yo, I'm going down the rabbit hole right now. Okay, we got ourselves a discounted PS5. They have a digital PS5 for $360. If I'm trying to buy a digital PS5, I'm almost paying $500. Can we find some cheap Xboxes? Dude, the Series S for $204. We cracked the code. It's been years. I've been scanned on Wish, on Temu, on Amazon, Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, Target. Have I found the promised land? Is it really VIP Outlet? Dude, if this is legit, these are ridiculous deals. If you go a little bit deeper and you really pay attention to some of the specs, there's some like legitimately good stuff in here, man. I'm gonna order a bunch of stuff from VIP Outlet, and one of two things is gonna happen. I am going to A, get scammed and lose all my money and receive absolutely nothing, or B, find some of the most dope deals ever. Or I guess, 1A, I get my items and they're in terrible condition and it wasn't worth it. But there's only one way to find out. So we've had a little bit of time to dig into VIP Outlet, and it is only one small subsidiary of a much larger company known as GoTRG. So unlike most platforms that will just set a price and forget it or change it every few days or whatever, GoTRG's platform allows the price to constantly change. Part of the reason why on VIP Outlet, I saw some prices change while I literally had things in the cart. So fingers crossed that when we get all of our stuff, it may actually be legitimately great deals. Or we got scammed again. But I'm gonna just say great deals. So we have received our item. It's clearly a laptop, but they put it in some kind of generic black box, which I will say kudos for them to actually use proper packaging, it seems like. Yeah, boy! So this is our Netbook. Oh my good Lord. Yo, it's minty. So the fact that VIP Outlet in the year 2023 are selling a netbook, which is what, 15, 16 years old at this point, is wild to me.
I'm old!
We got ourselves Ethernet, VGA, a couple of USB 2.0 ports, a microphone as well as headphone jack. On the other side, we have ourselves a Kensington lock, and we have the actual power barrel, as well as a SD and a MMC card slot. Wow. And then we have removable batteries, which this is a 25 watt hour battery, which is tiny, even again by those standards of the day. Oh my God, I may have just pooped my pants. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Now, looking at the specs, you're gonna see some things that not super strong. So we've got ourselves an Intel Atom processor, and this is one of the old school Atoms, designed for Windows XP, because even though a lot of netbooks were successful in a time period where like Windows Vista existed, Vista was so hard to run that Microsoft actually continued to allow manufacturers to use Windows XP for years after Vista had existed. Okay, so we've got a little charging LED. It's coming to life! everyone okay in the room if I cry a little bit?
Were you this emotional when your son was born?
No, he's not running Windows XP, so. So, netbooks originally were very cheap for back in their day. I believe this was supposed to be around $400, but even then, like, you know, for 2006, 2007, a $400 computer was incredibly hard to come by in any kind of regular way. Like, these were meant to be really cheap. But we got this, essentially brand new and perfect, for $120. Oh, it's gonna do the thing. Anticipation.
Jesus, that
You children who are watching this video, the fact that you grew up on an iPad, didn't you? I'm sorry that you didn't have a childhood.
Are you talking to Joanna or the camera?
Talking to the camera and the audience? Joanna, I'm sure, had a wonderful childhood. Would never talk shit about that. Zero cap, I am going to use this for at least a while. I will definitely crumble and cave when I realize that I can't do anything online anymore, but like, I'm so happy, I'm gonna straight use this thing. Subscribe and ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling button for Austin's Windows XP netbook adventure. VIP outlet though, you could not possibly give me a better item to start this sort of unboxing out. I am so damn happy right now. We have actually a decent amount of padding here. PS Siente. No, wait. The PS5. So maybe I'll stick to my day job. So this is the PS5 Digital Edition God of War Ragnarok fully functional grade B console. Oh, interesting. Okay, so these are the original accessories. They've been repacked though. I don't believe that the DualSense comes in this sort of bag. This controller does look minty. It's got a little waft of flatulence. I'm not sure how to best describe it. As a resident flatulence expert comes in too.
Okay.
A little off-gassy.
No, it's pretty normal.
Oh. Oops. Would that be? PS5 God of War Ragnarok and scratch here for the pen. So I'm assuming that actually has not been redeemed. So as a refresher, this digital PS5 cost just under $370. Although, thanks to the magic of their algorithm, if you actually wanted to go buy this on VIP Outlet today, it's actually $350. So this is one of the superior PS5 1200 models. Check out, we've done a few videos, but especially the new PS5 Is Better is the one I would really recommend because that shows what this new 1200 will do. But I will say, this is the model that I would much prefer. The first damage I've seen at all is around the USB port. So someone had some fun trying to plug that in, but this looks pretty minty on the inside. I'm not seeing really any like dust on the fans. Either it was very much refurbished and cleaned up, or more than likely, it was a return that someone got angry with the USB-A port trying to plug it in and go, Mom, I want the disc version. All my friends have Fortnite on disc even though it doesn't even exist, but wah. It's fairly accurate. I think that's what they sound like. I'm afraid though that their algorithm's so smart that as soon as I start talking about this in the video and people start going to their site, their prices are gonna start algorithmically spiking. That's like the only downside I see right now. So after a quick setup process, our PS5 is operational. My only real question now, it clearly seems to work fine, is whether or not my God of War code actually works. Code for God of War Ragnarok. Punch that code in, my friends. Whoever gets it first gets a free code to Ragnarok, courtesy of VIP Outlet. So this, if I remember right, is our Xbox Series S. So this is showing as a grade A console, fully functional. But I want to say, was this $230? We paid $204 for an Xbox Series S. I do not know what to do with myself right now. Can you see the look of genuine happiness and delight on my face? So some of these things have clearly been repacked, but something like this looks like it probably wasn't touched, and no. Does it have batteries? No batteries inside here, so you know what? That's one thing I'm not seeing, which is very minor in the grand scheme of things. Okay, let me just take a look to make sure it's not like all scuffed to hell. Nah, dude, nah, it's a wrap, dude, this is so good. Now this one is grade A, fully functional. Boom, that is a full Series 2 Elite controller. So this was $95, but as a refresher, we purchased this not from VIP Outlet direct, but from eBay. So we already have our paddles on the back. We've got what is almost certainly brand new. Like there's no way that someone's used this. Because the thing is with this, it's got that sort of really like kind of tacky, like sort of rubber grips. You use this thing for like a few hours and it definitely is no longer new. Smells new. Oh dude, this is mint. Excuse me while we interrupt this regularly scheduled programming. Right as I was saying all these nice things about this controller, we had a little discovery. So while the controller does fully function, the right stick will sometimes get stuck. So I think I see why someone returned this and why I will soon be testing the VIP outlet return policy, because my super cool great deal of the controller doesn't work that great. So with my Elite Series 2 plugged into my Series S, let's fire it up. This works. Can we get a spotlight, please? It's been a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of tears, a lot of sniffing items that shouldn't have been sniffed, and oral bliss that just wasn't bliss enough. Finally, it's all paid off. Thank you, VIP Outlet. Thank you. We're supposed to be in the middle of shooting this video. Everyone's so impressed with the deals. What are you looking at right now?
This 512 gig 4th gen iPad Pro, 11 inches, M2 is $800.
Joanna, instead of running the camera, what are you doing right now?
I'm ordering a PS5.
From?
VIP Outlet.
We're not kidding! We finally did something good! It's taken so long, we finally did something good! We're gonna finish this video strong with the item that kicked the entire premise of us doing VIP Outlet off. So this, my friends, is our Asus Gaming PC, which, to remind you, is grade A, fully functional. So we purchased this, again, it came from VIP Outlet, but technically we purchased it off of Walmart.com. And this is outfitted with an RTX 3060, which, mind you, we ordered this before the 4060 came out, which is probably slightly pushing some 3060 values down, but not by that much. But this was a little bit less than $680.
Yeah, actually currently it is $642 on the website right now.
This is not a great way to ship a PC. This is the first time where I'm actually not massively excited about VIP Outlet. The fact that the PC, you can see here, even with this closed, has a little too much rattle, especially because we do have like a full dedicated graphics card. I think it's okay, but this is not great. All right, so what do we have here? Yep, this has gotten scratched. You see there's actually some fairly deep gouges above the ROG logo, right there. Oh yeah, and look, there's a little scuff here. There's like some sticker goo. So the original listing actually said that this had a side panel, but instead it's just got a metal side panel. None of this is anywhere close to a deal breaker considering how much we saved, but compared to every other item that we've seen here, which was like damn near flawless, this has a little bit to be desired. It's a smaller low profile cart, which is totally fine. So it actually has like a bracket, which is actually connected to the motherboard and therefore to the back panel and everything, right? So this bracket here means that there's no flex in that card. So we've got a 550 watt, 80 plus bronze power supply. You can see manufacture date is July of 2021. So this is a little bit of an older system. You know, it's basically been sitting around for, essentially 2 years now at this point. Woo, okay.
There's RGB in it?
There is RGB, which is weird because again, there's no window, but you've got the little strip there. Oh yeah, okay, it works. Well, that was anticlimactic. Clearly not every single thing you get from VIP Outlet is going to be minty and amazingly priced, but this is still amazingly priced. I would consider swapping out the case, especially because this one is slightly scuffed. But other than that, this thing gets a big thumbs up. And I gotta say, VIP Outlet, man,